Alright, off to a little pool cleaning chore. So it's that time of year again. Be good. Anyway, just made a couple of good videos. Morbid Atheist made a good video just doing the summing up on life being crap kind of thing. You know, made up of crap. You know, that's just consumption, reproduction. You know, let's grow a brain and realize the mess we're in and take it a little bit serious for a change. So, you know, post a link to that. And then, like Professor Anton, I watched a couple of his videos in a row, like, I don't know, 3 of them. And it was just the same old gibberish, gobbledygook. Can't make anything out of it. It's just this around and round in circles kind of crap. He says he disagrees with Alan Watts. I couldn't figure out what the hell he disagrees about. He doesn't speak enough English. And it's just impossible to listen to this mush and make anything out of it. Yeah, we're perceiving organisms. We can look at the world and see it, and we can dissect it and figure out what it is, and we've done that. We figured out what it is. It's a bunch of consuming organisms. His tree is a consuming organism. It's been evolved to consume sunlight, produce seeds, to produce a copy of itself. It doesn't have a brain or a soul or a mission or any of that crap. It's just a piece of living matter. And that life thing doesn't mean a damn thing. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't accomplish anything. It's just a way of being matter. It's like a mineral has aspects to its properties. Yeah, so that's the property of that matter in that form, is that it's a bunch of complex chemistry, and it's doing a thing as a colony of chemistry, and that's it. There's nothing there. And so, yeah, through evolution, the trees grew legs, so to speak, metaphorically. And so, yeah, we're walking around, but we're doing the same thing. So this orifice is for consuming, you know, this one for reproducing. I won't show you that one. And, yeah, that's the game. It's not that complicated. And certainly we've made it very complicated because we have these little feelings and emotions that are part of not only instinct, but conditioning. And conditioning in a way can be called instinct. It's just that, like, the pages are placed there in order, and we can change what's written on each page through how we're maturated. But there's limitations. There's parameters dictated, you know, by the nature of the beast, so to speak. And so certain conditioning will take place. You will love something. You will hate some things. That's the nature of being this living, emotional beastie. And that's the game. And you see there's a bunch of toads. You can hear them, little tree frogs. Noise, noise, noise. I have to find one of these. See what they look like. See if they're like the little green ones around my house. But there's a ton of them here. Anyway. Alright, yeah, so it's not that complicated. We've been over this before, but it really is the only video that needs to be made, really, because this is the important stuff. To understand this context, it's so much easier to understand all the other context. You know, all the other questions just come down to maximizing this equation, trying to get the most out of what we are, which isn't much. We have a brain and an intellect, so we can do something with it. We can fix some of the mess here. We don't have to be dumb animals. We can act intelligently and wisely, and we can set up standards for each other and make some effort to encourage each other to do the right thing. We can attempt to develop social arrangements and policies, laws that demand a certain minimums from each other. And, you know, in this context that we're not here accomplishing anything, we're just here creating vulnerability, creating a problem in need of a solution. So we're our only problem. Sentience is its own problem. It's not a solution to anything but the dilemma it creates. So I had some other point to make. Perception. Oh yeah, the conference report guy was talking a lot about, been talking about mallards. We just call them mallards here. We don't say mallards, but anyway, I guess they're lordly over there. Yeah, and that they have this peripheral vision thing, and I mean sideways vision, not binocular vision. But that's not. I don't think that's entirely true, actually. Their head is sort of triangle shaped, so I don't think they're exactly blind in the center. I think if you added up their peripheral visions, they have almost a complete enough, and maybe their brain just fills in the missing little bits. Slight turn of the head, and they've got the whole picture. And they've got a much wider range of vision than we do. If they do that simple little addition between the two parts, I mean, in a way, our vision kind of wastes the efficiency of a brain and its capacity to actually do that filling in part. So if we were missing the front 10%, our brain could, with a couple of quick twitches of our head, fill that in for us often enough that we're going to see a bear or anything that's coming, and we're going to be able to do the, have pretty accurate depth perception. I mean, even if you close one of your eyes, depth perception is based on more than doing the two-eye thing. It's also the brain knowing proportions and relationships. And so, if you're walking around with one eye, you're not going to trip on everything. You're not going to fuck up all that bad. So anyway, and especially if your brain is deliberately attempting to compensate, I'm pretty sure, that a lot of birds and the rest of them, they're not as blind as what's being sold. But anyway, enough of that. That's sort of irrelevant. The point is that we, with our depth perception, aren't seeing very deeply. We're caught up in our emotions, caught up in this superficial stuff that touches us. We don't even recognize the truth as soon as the truth gets a few feet away from the propaganda and from the media and the pop culture and all of that crap. It becomes quite invisible to us. We get just caught up in the bullshit. And so there's a metaphor for you. Human beings are incredibly shallow. They force the truth to beat them right over the head. I mean, they won't concede any truth until it becomes just so damn obvious and so proven that they're obliged to give it up finally. It's like there was people trying to defend, crop circles as being alien creations. Even after the guy who did the first one admitted to doing it, they still did it. They still kept saying, no, Martians did it, Martians did it. And that's the nature of the stupid human beast. And that's his nature because he isn't being trained by the other humans. He isn't being obliged by the other humans to do a hell of a lot better than that. To be a little smarter than that, a little less gullible, and stupid, and propagandist, nationalistic, teamistic. I mean, this defense of the system shit. And so that kind of goes to, my latest economic videos. There's still assholes defending inheritance. Like somehow certain babies are entitled, and they just refuse to accept that just because you've accomplished something doesn't mean you have accomplished it in perpetuity. That you're entitled, that your kind is entitled to some better life and some advantage forever. Speaking of mallards, there's a couple of mallards flying off. Mr. and Mrs. Mallard. Anyway, yep, I'm out of time, so we'll finish up here. It really is stupid. People can't get the simplest things right. When you can't figure out that a cheat is a cheat, and you're going to play this game like somehow presidents should be allowed to pass on their presidency since they earned it. They should be able to pass it on to their children. no election, just like my kids. I mean, we're almost gotten that bad. I mean, obviously we have had a bit of nepotism in politics, but it would be really quite ludicrous for there to be some direct descendancy. So anyway, enough said. So till the next time, which will probably be later, if I feel like it. I might be too tired, but we'll see. It's lovely here. Swimming pool. Yay. See it there? Swimming pool. Yay. Anyway, enough of that propaganda. Stupid, horrible waste. That's what it represents. A stupid, horrible waste. Well, till next time.